Hey guys, and welcome back to Cypher Gaming. Cypher here with part 2 of the web design project. Today we're actually starting with coding. We are looking at some HTML, some CSS, and then we're going to build out the UI today. And then I also have the JavaScript all written out here. If I need to add more to it, depending on what happens today, then I will. But right now we're just going to start with this. As you can see, I have some CSS already in there just so we can start with a basis of something. I'll go through all of that in a second. Let me actually bring that up. Right now, this CSS gives us this. Except I want it half screen. We'll develop half and half like this, okay? But this is what it gives us, right? And I'm all about responsive design, so I'm going to use percentages and stuff like that to get this looking to where it needs to be. Right now, if you remember from our conversation earlier today, and not earlier today, in the last video, we talked about the way we wanted our design. We wanted a box that had a drop down in it that said select some sort of blah blah blah, and then below that it was, and then when that was selected, it would show the equation. The picture of the equation and the stuff you would need to fill in with the results at the bottom. So today that's what we're going to do. We're going to work on at least one of those things to say, okay, here's a select box of stuff. When it's picked, show this. When it's not, pick this. So we will do that now, actually. We'll start that right now. So in the base HTML file, you have your HTML tag, your header tag, and a body tag. In the head, you link your style sheets and your scripts. I gave it a title as well just because it's out of habit, and that, you can tell, displays it right up here. Let me move my camera down to there. And then it moves it over to there. So in the body tag, we have a div and a class of outer select box, and inside that we have two divs of sample text saying equation holders. In the CSS file, we have outer select box and equation holder with the CSS that I had pre-made just so we could see something on the screen. But we're going to edit that a little bit. We're going to edit this first div here. We're actually going to change the div and everything to select. And then the end select tag. And then in there we're going to give options of option 1. Let me just copy this. To an option 3. Now, this should give us a single select box right above it with options 1 through 3 in it. Perfect. We're halfway there. Now, we're going to give the select box a class of, let's see what happens if we give it equation holder. If you give it a class to equation holder, it brings it right up here and makes it really nice and big, which is exactly what we wanted. Now, in a full screen, it's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to be, well, I don't want it to go over there yet. It's going to be a select box, and then over here, once you select this, it's going to go over here. But we are actually going to rename our class. Oops. We're actually going to rename this class. We're going to make a new class. It's going to have the same styling as the other one. Instead of equation holder, it's going to be equation picker. Or equation selector, actually. Equation selector, and it's, instead of the steel blue, it's going to have a border of black, but that's not important. Just so we can see the difference. Change it here. Changes the border, perfect. And we're also going to change the display. We want it to be block. Because I think if I make that block and full screen, yes, it forces it on top. No, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. There. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like for right now. What am I stuck on? Oh, I'm just as far over as I can go. Okay, cool. So we're going to have the 3 options, and when you pick option 1, it's going to say we're going to give it a an option of, we're going to give it a disabled option. Disabled options. Okay, so it's literally just option disabled. Option disabled. Please choose from the equations below. And then option and tag. Now this should give us a default selected option of it's going to be grayed out, and it's going to be up there. Please choose an equation. Default option. Default select option is what I want. Okay, so then after we're going to do option, and then we do selected. I forgot what it was. So selected is equal to selected. And this is please choose from an equation. So this should give us the default. Please choose an Please choose an equations. Please choose an equation. So we have a select box. It's going to default to please choose an equation, and then we get to pick option 1. Option 2, option 3. We have, I think we have a ton of equations here that I did in JavaScript, and we will list all of those in a second. I believe we can come here and say, just pick these. These are the names of each equation, and I will edit this out. Remind future me, edit this out so nobody has to see it. These are the equations that the client had given me to use. We're just gonna do 3 for now, so we see what because some of these are long, so we want to see. We want to set the width of that. We're actually going to say outer select box, we're going to float center. Okay, so it's floating center, and then we're going to do the we're going to make this 50% of the box. We're going to actually make it 100% of the box because some of the equation names are really long. So let's make this 100% of the box. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to make it like 98.9. I think it is 98.9%. Yeah, 98.9%. We actually don't need this second div right now, but that's where the equation is going to go. So here we are. To recap, we have a select box that lets us pick something. We're going to give it the values of I'm not sure what values we're going to give it yet, but we're going to give them values so they know what to point to when they're selected. But as of right now, I'm going to leave this video here to say that we have a UI in place. I want to keep these videos short so it's not too overwhelming. The next video, I'll have a little bit more progress done, and we can go from there. I want to take this in small chunks just so that's easy for everyone to understand, and I can explain things really well and go through each individual thing. By the way, the music you hear in the background, check him out in the description below. He's fantastic. Have a great night, guys, and I will see all of you in the next video.